All right, thank you for joining us for this press conference and critical updates for the ongoing water challenges in our city. There's some new information out of O.B. Curtis that I would like to share with you. The new pump at O.B. Curtis is in and it is pumping. So we are grateful for that addition to the treatment process. We did, however, experience some challenges at the plant last night with water chemistry. As you remember, this initially happened on Monday due to the flood waters, and they are still experiencing some challenges due to the chemistry of the water. We were at 80 psi, but by mid-morning, we were back down to 40 psi. What this has resulted in is that at this level, there are many surface water customers who may have experienced gains earlier in the week, who now have subsequently lost water pressure. As you know, we have both the cooperation of not only our normal public works crew that is there in the water treatment process, but we have the assistance of the Department of Health that is there present on scene, trying to work out these challenges. And so this is what we've been contending with, and so we're working through it. The conventional side is now back in production, and we are expecting pressure to start increasing by this evening. We are prayerful that we will see similar gains to what we experienced, I believe, Tuesday from the Monday circumstance, and so we're hoping to be able to increase pressure. And we should always look at the evening hours as the optimal time in order to see improvements in terms of those tanks filling and us being able to improve pressure. The goal is to get PSI on the surface system to 87 PSI. PSI stands for pounds per square inch. That's the pressure we're putting into the system. JH Fuel plant is running at its normal capacity. And the well system tanks are stable. We did have to release a batch of partially treated water. However, this was in agreement with all EPA and Department of Health. When we had the bad batch come in, the challenge that they had in retreating another batch of water was that the levels of water and where they release water were so high that they had no place to release that water. This just simply means that we continue to ask our residents to boil their water in this process. It is safe to take baths in. It is safe to wash your hands. However, if you are drinking or cooking with it, we ask you to boil that water. If you're washing your dishes, we ask that you boil the water in that circumstance to make certain that it is safe for you. I want to inform you that the challenges that we have experienced in the city of Jackson have been recognized on the highest level. I had a call today. I spoke extensively with the president, and I had a separate call with the vice president. Both assured me that the eyes of Washington are watching the city of Jackson, and they wanted us to know that we should expect the full arm of support from the federal government in every way that they possibly can. This will be implemented through both immediate measures, through FEMA supporting the efforts of MEMA to provide relief in the immediate time frame with our residents, and they assured me that their support was going to be demonstrated through long-range and long-term efforts through the EPA. And so I was delighted to hear that call. It was very encouraging. They wanted the residents of Jackson to know that all of their efforts, not only in things like the infrastructure bill, but their efforts to address communities with the demographic makeup, with the economic makeup of the city of Jackson, is prime and center in terms of their vision and their objectives. I want to also inform you of the water distribution efforts. And I have some locations and information that is vital to the community so they understand where they can pick up water and the various efforts taking place. At from 5 p.m. or up until 5 p.m. Oh, starting at 5 p.m., excuse me. Starting at 5 p.m. Monday through Friday in South Jackson, Sykes Community Center, which is at 520 Sykes Road. We'll be providing a water distribution. Oak Forest Community Center, which is at 2827 Oak Forest Drive. In West Jackson, we have Westland Plaza parking lot. We have the IAJE Community Center, which is at 406 West Fortification Street. There will be a water distribution located at that site. In North Jackson, the Grove Park Community Center, which is at 4126 Parkway Avenue. The Northtown Pharmacy, which is at 6220 Old Canton Road. At 11 a.m. on Saturday, that is when the water distribution starts. 11 a.m. on Saturday, you will have Grove Park and you will have Sykes Community Center available. At 1 p.m. on Sunday, you will have water distribution at Grove Park, at Sykes Community Center, and at the Mississippi Move across from Tougaloo College from 3 to 7 p.m. at that particular location. At Mississippi Move across from Tougaloo College, that water distribution will be from 3 to 7 p.m. and the aforementioned places on Sunday start at 1. Non-potable water for cleaning and flushing. The City of Jackson has brought in tankers to distribute non-potable water to residents in need. Residents are asked to bring a container, such as a garbage can or a cooler, to store the water. This is not water to be consumed. This is water for the sanitary needs of flushing toilets and things of that nature. And so the tankers are located at Forest Hill High School, which is at 2607 Raymond Road, and at the Metro Center, which is at 3645, as our residents know, on Highway 80. Non-potable water, once again, is not for drinking quality, but can still be used for other purposes such as flushing, washing clothes, and cleaning. Once again, I want to continue to remind our residents to boil your water for 1 minute before you drink it. Health officials say that the water is safe for bathing and washing hands. Use bottled water, actually. I said boiled earlier. No, forgive me. Use boiled water to clean dishes. With that, I will take any questions that you have. Yes, sir.
Mayor, I'm just trying to kind of figure out the state's reaction and involvement this time around as opposed to previous incidents. You said multiple times the city has
I need you to speak up a little bit for me.
You said multiple times that the water system has been under a state of emergency for quite a while now, and we've had similar incidences with water pressure. Why do you think the state is getting involved to the degree that they are now?
Well, listen, I don't know, right? I think that they see the trauma and the circumstance that our residents are dealing with like everyone else. I think there's a moment to review the sequence of response at a later time. Right now, my primary focus is the cooperation and the unified front to make certain that we create an improved and sustainable process for water for our residents. That is my priority, right? I've heard, the characterization that there are dueling press conferences between myself and the governor. That's not how I would characterize it. What we're trying to do is present ourselves early and often. We are leaning in to the unified process. In fact, what has been shared with me, with my interim public works department, is that no one is stepping on anyone's toes. There's a cooperative effort taking place, and so we invite that. Just as I shared with leadership of the health department and MEMA, we are welcoming this support with open arms, and that is where we're focused right now, and I think that's where our focus should maintain in this most critical moment. Yes.
Yes, sir. What is an estimated time that people will no longer have to boil their water for drinking?
Well, that all will be dependent upon a few things. First and foremost, restoring the pressure. The circumstance that initially led to the boil water notice, long before we dealt with the flood waters and the challenge there, was because of turbidity. That issue was solved within a 24-hour time frame. But then we had the sequence of 120 tests with a couple of them, one or two, coming out poor. Then we had the rain, which prohibited our ability to test. And then we had the flood, right? Now we have the low water pressure as a result of the flood. And so once we're able to restore water pressure, then I'm certain that the Department of Health, as is customary, will issue the go-ahead for us to start the testing process. And we're eager for that to happen. And we're eager for some sense of normalcy to be returned to our residents.
Are there any updates on the fully outlined plan to fix the water issues?
Actually, there is. Now, I don't intend to release that today, but we did receive an outline from our partners. Because it has been so busy, we received it today. I haven't even had the opportunity to fully review it and give our comments on that. This is an effort that is supporting the city's efforts, supporting what we've been working on for many, many years now, supporting things like, what we know from the AOC. When we talk about a plan, the AOC is actually, and that's the order of consent, right, that we have with the EPA, is an exhaustive list of things that have to be repaired and the critical challenges of our water treatment process and distribution. And so, when we talk about we've been working with plans for many years, we have to be clear on what we're saying. So that is a published document or a document that is discoverable, right, that talks about these things. Now, what we are doing is sifting through that in order to establish priorities within that exhaustive list. And so we have an outline for that. We will discuss that with our partners, and we look forward to revealing that to you very soon here. But part of that is how do we have the funding in order to move forward? And so having discussions not only with MEMA and FEMA, with the EPA, with the president and the vice president herself are certainly encouraging to that effort. Yes, sir.
Well water customers, are they under a boil water notice as well?
We have a system-wide boil water notice, right? And so I think that is the most simplistic way to do that. I don't want residents guessing whether they're on well water or surface water. And so that is the safest way to ensure that all of our residents are safe. But I can report that the well system is stable at this point in time.